Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I want to say good morning to everybody. I hope you all are doing well. As you come in to the building, put a thumbs up or a yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And on drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people, this is a platform where we have intelligent conversations about things that are happening, particularly in the Black community. And you don't have to be educated to be here. You don't even have to be intelligent already to be here. You just have to value intelligence. You have to value constructive thought. If that is who you are, then put a yes in the chat. And also, I want to remind you that we are B1 here. That means Black First. Black First means that we put our community at the top of the priority list. So keep that in mind. All right. So anyway, I want to say good morning to everyone. As you come in, I will shout you out. And also, I want to mention, I had to talk about this story today. I went live a little bit earlier, and we were having some conversations about Bitcoin and crypto and what's going on with that. But this is a story that's kind of crazy. What's going on, Jeffrey Sykes? How are you? And as you guys come in, shout out the city. Let me know what city you're from. And if I see your city, I'll shout you back. How many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you have heard of a brother named Noah Lyles? How many of you know about Noah? Noah is the world champion in the 200-meter dash. He also is the world champion in the 100-meter dash. I have followed Noah Lyles for many years. I honestly did not think Noah would be able to pull off the win in the 100 meters. That's a big deal. You guys know I love track and field. I used to be a track coach. That's how one of my adopted kids, that's how I met her. As I was her track coach when she was 9, and now she's 32. So she's been a very important part of my life since she was very little. But I love track. I was captain of my track team in high school, and also I was a track coach later on. So Noah Lyles, in case you don't know, Noah Lyles is fast as hell. Noah Lyles is officially the fastest man on earth. I want to pause on that for a minute because I don't want to act like that's not a big deal. Noah Lyles right now is the fastest man on the entire planet. He's the new Usain Bolt. If there is such a thing, if there is such a thing as the new Usain Bolt, he would be it right now. He's the it guy right now. Honestly, there's a guy named Letsile Tebogo out of Botswana who I personally think is going to actually become the next Usain Bolt, but he hasn't shown that quite yet. So for now, Noah is the man. Well, anyway, so Noah Lyles made some comments recently that I thought were really interesting. I wanted to get the thoughts of intelligent Black people on this. So Noah basically said after he won the championship, I don't know why he said this. I think this was kind of, I don't know. I bet his PR people were not happy with this remark. But Noah basically said something that honestly I think could be true. He said that he gets annoyed that NBA champions run around and call themselves world champions. And he basically said that's not the world. Like, you didn't beat the whole world. You just beat other people in your specific league, not just people in the United States, but you just beat the people that were in your league. But yet you wear these hats saying you're a world champion. I think the comment kind of makes sense. What do y'all think? How many of you agree? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes if you think that that he's right. Give me a no if you think he's full of crap. What do y'all think? I think Noah has a good point. An NBA champion is not a world champion. An NBA champion is an NBA champion. An NBA champion at best is a national champion. That's what you did. You beat the other teams in your league. And so and again, I'm not going to say you're wrong if you disagree. I'm just going to say that we know for a fact that there have been many occasions where we've taken the absolute best NBA players and put them on the team, sent them to the Olympics, and what happened, y'all? Did they win every single time? Did they blow out the competition every time, or did sometimes they get their ass handed to them? How many of y'all remember? It was embarrassing. It was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. I think it was like early 2000s, maybe late 90s or something like that, when they got sloppy, and they were sending players over to international events and getting their butts kicked. And then on top of that, now in the NBA, you have all these European players coming in. I mean, Jokic dominated all of those guys in the NBA finals, right? Jokic ain't from the United States, right? So here's my point. My point is to say, when the Lakers or whoever, or the Nuggets, or maybe it's the Pistons, back in the day or whatever, when they walked around saying we're world champions, It's interesting. It's almost like that's a type of American arrogance that we have. We have this arrogance as Americans to say that if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you succeed in the U.S., then you're probably the best on earth. I think that that's an incorrect assumption, right? And actually, even though I think Noah took a huge risk by making that statement because he pissed off a lot of people got mad. I think he's actually correct. Anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. You're watching drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. And also, I want to let everybody know in case you don't know, we actually have these really well curated financial workbooks for kids. This is one for our middle school kids. We cover middle school, high school, elementary school, and it has a lot of exercises and things like that. It might be a good gift for your kids if you want to take a look. We cover all the grade bands. We cover stocks, investing, things like that, the fundamentals of money. So here's one for our kids in the 4th and 5th grade. They call them grade bands. So we cover first through third, 4th and 5th, middle school, and then high school. And so here's our book for the babies, because I believe deeply that if you get your kids introduced to wealth at an early age, they're going to be far superior economically than other kids. So if you're interested, feel free to go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. Anyway, that's just a tool we created in the Black Business School for anybody that wants to put your kid ahead of the curve. Also, don't forget, I'll be in Los Angeles this week doing a Black Wealth training camp. So I'll be there for 2 days, the 8th and the 9th. So if you'd like to join us in LA, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. You can get more information there. And also, this podcast is on Spotify. So you can find my name on Spotify and just look it up there. All right, so let's see. I'm going to look at some of the comments. Bookie says, America is the best in the world. All the best athletes are here, hence the best in the world. Okay, that's an opinion. All right, so what about baseball? Has anybody ever seen the Japanese like whoop Americans' ass when it comes to baseball? Has anybody seen like the Little League World Series and with the kids from China and Japan and the Philippines like just obliterate the best that we have in the U.S.? Anybody ever seen that? And I think that honestly, what it reminds me of a little bit is it reminds me of kind of a modern day version of what whites used to do back when they had the Negro Leagues. They would call themselves world champions or say we're the best on earth. And people say, yeah, but you don't even play Black people. And they say, yeah, but Black people don't matter. And so eventually, once they started playing Black people and really making the competition an even playing field, what happened? We absolutely dominated. We dominated basketball, football, pretty much a lot of the sports. So I kind of think that this is similar, right? This is similar in the sense that I don't really know. I don't really know if I see the NBA champion as the world champion. I think the NBA champion is. These are extraordinary players. They make a ton of money, so you attract a lot of the best talent. But to say that they're the best on earth just because they won in one league, I think Noah actually has a good point. And I'm going to read a little bit more of what he has to say. He says, I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their heads, Lyles said, according to the Daily Mail. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times. He said at times. Interesting. He said, but that ain't the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting and thriving and putting on a flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA. Damn, wow, Noah, you getting kind of gangster with that. As for himself, Lyles says that he has the desire to transcend the sport of running, and he's making efforts by partaking in a Netflix series about the world of sprinting. But the streaming services show didn't latch onto him from the beginning. All I know is they weren't talking about me at the beginning of the documentary, Lyles said, according to the Daily Mail. As soon as I won in Paris, they got buddy real quick. I think it went from being a docuseries about the fastest people, and then it turned into a docuseries about me. Okay, come on, Noah. You sound a little bit arrogant here. I want people to say, wow, this isn't just a fast guy. He's a well-rounded guy with a good personality. I want to follow him for that. All right, so it sounds like Noah's getting into some of the maybe politics of personality. He's getting into it seems like he's trying to become almost like an internet influencer in a way. And I'm not going to knock that. I'm just going to say I'm trying to understand it. He says it's a great feeling to know that I've just done something that not a lot of people have done. I came out and showed that I'm different from everybody else. I'm a double champion. Well, let me just say this in case you don't follow track and field. Noah Lyles is pretty extraordinary. I mean, as an athlete, I almost wonder if he's going for the Muhammad Ali kind of style, where Ali also, when he was world champion, he said a lot of things that people didn't agree with. And it takes a lot to do what he's done. It takes a whole lot. It's I would almost say that I don't know if it's harder than winning an NBA championship. I can't say that for sure, but I can say that in track and field, if you win in the United States, if you're the U.S. champion, they don't call you the world champion. If you beat all the sprinters, the best, fastest sprinters in the U.S., they don't say, "Oh, well, we might as well call you world champion because there are no other fast people outside the U.S." For Noah, he became the U.S. champion, and then he had to go compete against the fastest in the world to prove that he was the world champion. When Sha'Carri Richardson, shout out to Sha'Carri, when Sha'Carri became U.S. champion, they didn't say, "Oh, well, we might as well call you world champion." They said, "No, no, 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 no. We got some people over across the ocean in Jamaica who have something to say about whether or not you're the world champion." This lady named Shelly Ann Fraser Price. Anybody know that name? Anybody heard that name before? Sharika Jackson. Sharika Jackson is a beast. Sharika Jackson is the closest thing that we have to FloJo right now. Like, she's the closest, and really, she's probably faster than FloJo because FloJo's world record in recent studies has been challenged extensively. There are a lot of people who believe that that record isn't valid. But so if you want my money on it, I think that Sharika Jackson's actually faster than FloJo. But of course, I know that sounds sacrilegious, but it's true. But then again, it was a different era, so who cares, right? But either way, though, Sha'Carri had to prove that she was going to be world champion. Now, Bookie says Noah doesn't strike me as a very educated or well studied. Um, well, I don't know if Noah went to college. I don't think he did. I think that he was so fast. He was like another guy named Arian Knighton, Lasile Tobogo. These are guys that are so fast that they don't even mess around with college. They're already faster than the NCAA champion while they're in high school. So they all kind of jumped and went straight to the league. Sydney McLaughlin could have done the same thing, except she chose to go to the University of Kentucky for a year. I think she was there for a year, blew away all the college women, and then went ahead and went pro. That makes sense, right? And I'm an alumni of Kentucky, so I was really proud of Sydney McLaughlin. So anyway, I think that this is interesting. I just wanted to share that with you guys, not because this is particularly the kind of thing we would normally talk about here, but I just thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. I'm really happy for the brother. Well, anyway, I'm going to go. If you go to my Instagram, Dr. Boyce Finance, I am going to be live today at 11 a.m. Eastern and answering questions, talking about the stock market. So if you'd like to join us there, just follow me on Instagram at Dr. Boyce Finance. Also, I have a Telegram channel because, as you guys mentioned, we have some trouble with Instagram. So we actually wanted to have backups. So if you go to drboycetelegram.com, you can join the Black Investors Group. It's a channel on Telegram. So feel free to follow me there. And last but not least, boycewatkins.com. There's lots of free resources there for you and your family. We have the $5 a day investing plan. We have a training on how to make money without working. There's a list of AI stocks that I like that you can go take a look at. And also, you can take a look at some of our other books, like the financial workbooks for kids, flashcards, stuff like that. So I'll be in Los Angeles the September 8th and 9th. My wife is coming with me, I believe. And so if you want to join us there, it's going to be all about content monetization, brand building, things like that. Some of you have been asking me for years, like, how did I build my platform? Like, who helped me? Who gave it to me? Nobody did. I just did it on my own, and there's a process behind it. So if you want to come there and learn, then feel free to come and hang out with us for that. Now, let's see. Someone says, will you address your role in promoting the TREF? Well, I did not promote the TREF because, as I want to mention to you all, I do not give investing advice on this channel. I do not give investing advice. Give me a yes if you heard me say this before, if you understand this. This is not investing advice. You have to do your own due diligence. However, I have supported dozens and dozens and dozens of Black-owned businesses. 86% of Black-owned businesses fail, and that's very important for you to understand. So in terms of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, I don't know if that story is over. I think that there might be more story to be told. I've talked to all the people involved with that, and there's one group who believes that the fund should be shut down, that it's no good, get rid of it. And then there's another group that says, no, give them some money, give them some time, and then they can build. They've got some projects in the pipeline and stuff like that. That's going to be worked out on September 5th. So what I want to encourage you to do, Bookie, is if you have a question about the Tulsa Fund, go, number one, go to their Instagram page. They have great information there. I released a statement explaining that I've never been paid to endorse that fund. I supported that business just like I support dozens of other Black-owned businesses, the same way I supported it, support so many people, so many businesses I've supported. So I want to make that 100% clear. The other piece of that too is I encourage you, if you are interested, go to their event. They have an event September 5th where they're going to talk all about the fund, what they got going on. You're going to hear the critics, you're going to hear the supporters, and you'll get a chance to get the information for yourself. So go get that information. I encourage you to do that because I think that's really important. All right. So anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. God bless you. Do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button, share, subscribe on your way out. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. And and by the way, my new book is called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. If you'd like to go take a look at the book, just go to boycewatkins.com and my kids will ship you a copy. And in fact, if you go to drboycebooks.com, you can get an autographed copy. So feel free to go take a look at that. So have a great day, everybody. I will see you soon, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.